I would be paying around the same price to get those shitty figures when I could have been getting these. And actually, I got these $80 for the pair. I got them $40 each, thanks to my good friends over at Conquest Comics for having a 20% off sale for Free Comic Book Day. So instead of $60, I paid around $40 for these guys. So I got these guys, the Diamond Select Deluxe Golem, all that for the price of what these would be normally alone. So needless to say, I'm a very happy boy, very happy collector. But taking a look at the beautiful packaging on these guys, you get to see Cuphead there, Mugman, you get to see the figures in there. On the top, you get like art of both of them, you know, corresponding more to the game. This is not from the Netflix show. On the side, you get some beautiful art, Mugman in the plane, pointing and shooting out of their fingers and stuff, which they didn't do in the show, which was kind of strange. But you get to see the side here, all the product images, the products all dancing and, you know, looking great. And more art on the side, different, like the same art, just different pattern. On the bottom, you get all the legalese and all that bullshit, you know. So, yeah, these are very, very awesome. So, without further ado, I'm extremely excited. Let's go ahead and pop these guys open. So getting these two bastards out of the packaging and playing around with them for what feels like hours, these are in the top 10 for the year. I mean, they're going to be a pair for sure. You can't have Cuphead without Mugman, and you can't have Mugman without Cuphead. So, but guys, these are incredible action figures, and I've had so much fun playing around with them. I only have one or two slight issues with them, but overall, they are so well done. So they are really the same thing. The only difference is going to be the head, which gives a different accessory. So obviously we got to take a look at the star of the show, Cuphead. And man, is that a great looking head sculpt. I mean, I like the sculpt in a little bit of like liquid in the top of his head. I don't really know what milk, or it looks like milk, but I don't know. You get the handle on there, which looks really, really good. The eyes look amazing. It's just flat, but it's like painted on. There's no sculpt there, but I think that works in its favor. You get a little eye there. It's like a silky, glossy look. You can see like my lights and the reflection of his eyes. You do get to see the seam here, but honestly, it does not bother me at all. And then you get like a matte finish for the body here. Which really complements and contrasts nice. The joints being, you know, a little bit more glossy is a little bit jarring to the rest of the aesthetic that they were going to. Same thing for Muggsy over here, but, you know, I think it still works overall. I think the gloves look really nice. The three little lines, like the Mickey Mouse style hands, are painted very, very well, and they are glossy too, but that's okay. I think it works good. You get the glossy pants on red on Mugman, or red on Cuphead and blue on Mugman. Both look very, very nice, and then the shoes look great on both of them too. You get the painted underneath, the big bulky shoes, and then it's matte for their legs as well. So all the contrasts here look nice. Cuphead gets his, you know, more bent straw. It's not hollow all the way through, but that's totally fine. Then Mugman gets his more round one, and his head sculpt looks awesome with his big nose, his mouth painted. Different, and obviously he has two eyes instead of like the one giant eye, I guess. But his hands are painted nicely as well, and they are just extremely aesthetically pleasing. So very happy with how they turned out there. And then for accessories, they both got the same things, but then they got two different things. So we're going to go ahead and look at that as well. Right now, for each set, they are going to each, gotta emphasize again, come with a pair of open hands that look like this, painted very, very nicely. I love the sculpt. I love the dramatic, like, wow, that you can do with them. And of course, they each gotta come with two of their pointer fingers for the, you know, blasting. But there's no effect for them. It would have been really cool if you had like a thing that you could plug on the end of their finger, like pew, pew, pew. That would have been really cool. But unfortunately, we don't get that. But we do get interchangeable eyepieces, the angry versions of each of them. So there is Mugman's. Mugman's comes out really easy. They just like slip off, and then I guess for him you could kind of do like, you know, it only fits in one side, so like you can just key it in. You can kind of do like expressive things like that. I actually like the way that looks. The eyelid is sculpted over, which is nice, a nice touch. And then for Cuphead, it is a little bit harder to get this off. Like you gotta like first of all pull off his nose, and then like kind of grab behind it. It is really difficult. My suggestion is to get something thin and gently, and I emphasize do this at your own risk, gently. See, because I kind of just scratched it right there. Got to get it in there and then kind of like weave it out. It is, I wish it was a little bit easier. Maybe it's better on other people's, but unfortunately for me, it's kind of hard to do. So just keep that in mind when you're switching it out, and then be sure to keep track of the nose. Damn it, I'm really upset that I just scratched that. But, I guess the things I do for the channel, right? But yeah, so great accessories. Just would have liked, a little bit of a blast effect for each of them. But, nothing terrible. But I think where these guys have the most potential is in their articulation. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Using the Whatnot app, I've been able to maintain my collection of every LEGO Star Wars minifig ever. Yes, that includes very rare ones like